streaming should be up shortly. There it is. I just need to unmute it. Okay, good. I think I might be super quiet though. So I am going to test that really quick. Sorry about that. And for some reason Twitch just doesn't exist when I try to look it up. Just gonna use Ubernick as an example here. Find out what his audio level is here. Okay, yeah. I'm super quiet, so I can boost this. Sorry, hold on. Testing now. How's this? How's this? A bit better.
The final bit of the puzzle.
Yeah, I have no worries about that at all.
All right, testing now. Okay, just a little bit more volume, and I think it'll be good. All right, we'll call that good for now. I'll try rewatching later, and hopefully it won't be too loud or too quiet. I know my last couple streams where I was really quiet. Last I checked, I didn't have my live chat actually getting through. So I might not have that. I might have to just check the chat as I go. So, like, in between games, sadly. But yeah, basically I just, the Halo Infinite Flight just ended, and I'm coping by playing Master Chief Collection. Especially happy to see that Fiesta is a thing. I'm currently set up to look like a general from Halo Reach, trying to get the last piece for the Seneschal. Is it Seneschal or yeah, Seneschal or something like that. If I get this or get like one weekly challenge finished, then I'll get 4 more season points, so that'll be really good. These are all I have left. I'm not exactly the best at PvP, so that's part of the reason why some of those are abysmal. But yeah, basically we're just gonna be playing Fiesta, 4v4 Fiesta, and enjoying that, I guess. Enjoying the new elite armor, that's for sure. Some of it is a little funky or repetitive. Definitely would have liked to get a bit more of Reach's armor. as well as the Arbiter's armor, though the what is it called? Artesian. Artesian is a lot like the Arbiter's armor, at least in certain ways, like the helmet. The helmet's a lot like the Arbiter's helmet. But would really love to see more classic style armors for elites, like the Arbiter's armor and the honor guards, the elite honor guards, stuff like that. But I'm pretty happy with what they did add. A lot more helmets that actually include the whole mandibled look of the elites. That's one of my biggest gripes with Halo 3's elite armor selection, is just how few helmets there are that actually like fully embrace the way that the elites look. Alright. That guy did a pretty good job there. Ooh, I'll take... Oh. I missed. Take that though. I'm also really a big fan... Oh, well, that was it. Nifty? Oh. Why did he... Oh, right, there's ammo. Forget about that. I was just confused for a sec why he would swap a sword out, but... This is Fiesta, not some custom game with unlimited ammo. So I'm still needing practice with sniper rifles. While that looked like I killed him, I was not the one who killed him. That was surprisingly successful. Ooh. Ah. Oh, I did kill him. Oh, nice. Or at least I got credit for it. Wonder if he got grenaded by a teammate. Ooh, man. Red fuel rods actually look really awesome. That was close. I'll take... Oh! Whoop. This guy's scaring me. Get out of the way, man. Alright. It's all good. BR. I have certainly gotten better with the BR after playing Infinite, which is great. It's a good sign that Infinite is pretty much a Halo game, because all of my practice in that has actually carried over, which is great. Ooh, nice grenade. Okay, I am in a bit of a cornered position here, so I'm gonna get out of it. Nice. Where is the other person? They're gone. I am getting shot with a machine gun turret now, apparently. I need more practice with the sniper rifle, so picking it up, even though it is probably going to be my downfall. Because I suck with sniper rifles most of the time. I know the last time I said that I immediately got a no-scope, but that is not normal. That was a special lucky shot. Kind of lucky. I mean, I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. I have been practicing, so I'm obviously going to get better. Hopefully I can stick this guy or something. Hey, I did kill him with the sticky. I just also died. Oh, don't need to get sniped that quickly. Alright, I'm gonna go around, see if I can flank this dude. Man, this teammate came in clutch there. Oof. Cause I nearly died. I knew I was coming for the flank. Predicted it, and predicted well. Good to know. My teammate, or my teammates, but my enemies are definitely good. Chuck that grenade in there. For a sec there, I thought that jackal was a... Oop, I think they're behind me. They were a lot closer than I anticipated. Ooh, just a sword. Okay. So I need to avoid these open spaces unless I get a gun somewhere here. Gun? No gun? Okay. No gun. Thanks for gun. Ooh, it's one shot. Hopefully let's make this count. Yep, that counted. Thanks for new gun. Oop. Oh, thank you for saving my life. Speed that up. I gotta get... I think I might actually have another fuel rod skin, but I was really hoping they'd make a purple one. It's like the original fuel rod guns were purple. So not only would that make sense for them to make them, but would also be really cool because purple's my favorite color. But yeah, who knows if they'll ever do that. Definitely gonna request it in any case that I can. I missed. Back to sword and something. Okay, I don't know what that guy's been watching for. Don't see any enemies here. Take this sticky. Is there just always a pile of grenades right there? A lot of people die there, I guess. Oop. Yeah. Band account. They have only 2 members? Goodness. That is annoying. People gotta stop quitting on people. It's lame. Stick to your games that you get in, regardless of what happens. Even if you're totally getting annihilated. I mean, look at us. We're fighting 2 people and they're still actually in the lead right now. Oh. I said that and then immediately it was wrong. But you get the idea. Ooh. Oh goodness. This is a problem that I could not solve because that was way too far. And I did not have any ranged weapon whatsoever. I still don't have that good of range. That was poor timing. No. I have been feeding these guys kills by trying to go through that way. Because every single time I have a close range weapon that... oof. Why can't I hit him? Oh, okay, there. Oof. Guy survived my rockets. I keep spawning on this side. But hey, I've got range now.
10 seconds remaining.
At least I got all of the win challenges done that I needed. Because we just lost to 2 people. What's tricky about Fiesta is how it's like a mix. It's a combination of both luck and skill simultaneously. Alright. Get some new parts here. What is this? Oh, it's just 2 emblems. I'm 3 points away from having access to the next row, which is good. Let's just acknowledge these parts that I just got. Wow, the list is way too long here. Cool. And same for these guys. These are some cool pieces. Oh, your keyboard is down there. Alright. Let's just check the challenges here. Spree medals. Halo 3 matches. That'll be pretty easy because I'm just playing Halo 3 anyway. Finished the thing. Keep killer. Wait a minute. It's a nice slice. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. So I could actually get Ivocati's Edge if I finish this one, which I'll finish another time because I've been doing that one a different way than would be entertaining to watch. I'm curious, do we have no big team Fiesta? I love big team Fiesta, it's just so chaotic. But yeah, see, oh, it kicked me out pretty much instantly. But yeah, the Artesian helmet looks a lot like the Arbiter's helmet in design. But I would really love to have the actual, like, Arbiter armor. I mean, we always have Master Chief's armor, or at least we always did. That's one thing that 343 never seemed to understand in all of their Halo games. They made these recruit armor sets, but part of the way that noob armor was not just noob armor to everyone was because of the fact that it was Master Chief's armor. So like it automatically was cool, even though it was the starting gear. Oop. I think I could have done that with literally any weapon. Wow. I'm very sorry, sir. That was sad. He shot me with a shotgun, but he missed and died by beat down with a guy with a magnum. Okay. Oh, that guy spawned behind me. if I hear sniper. Sniper in here? Nope. Up here? Nope. Don't shoot me, please. There we go. Oh, goodness. Ah, I didn't hit the thing. Where did the guy go over? He must have gone over the edge. Ooh, I don't like the spot. I'm leaving. The entire team was over there. Nice try, but I aimed better. Just by a bit. Ooh. Ah, wow, he didn't die. I thought that he would kill himself. I was not trying to scope in there. Ah. Okay, someone's gonna come around. Oof. And there's someone above me, so I'm scared. Don't. Okay. Dang it. It's always those rocket launchers, man. They're hard to beat. Got him. Noob tube time. Hopefully I don't kill myself in the process. That was lucky. He missed. Oop. Don't want to stick my teammates. Oop. Oh, I stuck it. Nice. You should have stayed up there, man. Oh, goodness, what was my teammate doing? He just shoved me off the edge. I know it looks like I just walked off the edge, but my teammate ran into me and pushed me away. Or something. It might have just been a lag, but... Okay. No, doesn't look like that's happening. I'm gonna take this and just have that ready at least. In case I need it. Not much I can do against that. Ooh, wait, where is it? I'll take that. Fuel rod. Yeah, no, I really want a purple fuel rod to be added to MCC. I think it would look absolutely fantastic, and it kind of makes sense to exist. Please don't get a grenade that's good. Ah, they just had so many grenades. My shield wouldn't charge. Oh, used the wrong weapon. Should have had a rocket, but I didn't expect someone to drop from the ceiling the second that I spawned. Take that back. Nope. try. Oof, we both killed each other. And then that guy gets like the bounty of 2 rocket launchers, so almost full. Hey, we won. It was close though. It was very close. Nice. Looking forward to the next season. The fractures look a little weird. I am not going to say that I'm 100% a fan of how they look, but it is kind of cool. Oh wait, not Artesian, Scion, that's what it was. Artesian looks like their Storm elites, basically. Scion is what I was talking about. That's what looks like the Arbiter. But not like all of it, just parts of it. Let's see here. Just go with the cord. Just some of it looks like the Arbiter. Like this one, the legs, they look pretty similar to the Arbiter, I think. Switch to silver now. Just kind of have a semi-Arbiter look there. But yeah. Additionally, like on that note, I wish that with the ODST thing, that this would not have been a single side thing. Like, I get that they made the different characters from Fireteam Raven added, and that this was only used for one. But that's the one that I like the most because it's the closest to the actual ODST cauldrons. It's like, this is cool, but that's the side, or that's one of the sides that I'd love to have one of these. Instead, I've got opposites of these. So it's like, man, this is the coolest version of it, and you only get one side. But kind of bringing that up to say, you know, there's an example of them doing asymmetric shoulders. They've done it for Spartans, so that wouldn't necessarily be a reasonable thing to stop them from doing the Arbiter's gear in that sense either. I also really think that it would be awesome if Fiesta was actually like not one of these cycling things. Get out of my way, dude. I just got the active camo. Don't make me stay. Wow, that guy seemed confused. Ooh. That was close, but I missed. Guy was astute. Tripped on debris. Wow, that was a really good rocket. Go over here. I think this fight is better oh goodness, never mind. The laser crazy dude is there. I'll take this. Oop. Man. Didn't get him with the grenade. Probably shouldn't have had 2 plasma rifles, but it's alright. Oh. That was a close one. He almost got away. Got him. And... man, I screwed that up. Expected him to be a bit more committed to that doorway. What? I don't need to reload twice. That's ridiculous. Oh, I'll take this. Big fan of the carbine. Nope, I missed again. Oh, I am terrible at throwing grenades right now. Kinda saw that one coming. Oop, nope, 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 nope. I do not want... I didn't make it through the door. What are you supposed to do in that tiny hallway anyway? Best thing I could have done... no. My aiming's just a little bit off. Because it's not the exact same control that I had in Infinite. Thanks. Actually, I still have ammo in this, so I think I'll take it and reload. Oof. Got double teamed there. Oh dear, that guy's got long range. Cool. He's dead. You know, when I don't have a long range weapon, I probably shouldn't get in that hallway. I could have punched a lot earlier and not died. See, grenade throws is one of the things that I have definitely been doing worse in this than I was in Infinite. Oh my goodness, that was a really good throw. Wow. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oof. No thanks. Nice, triple kill. For a sec there, I thought that body was alive. No, what? Oh, the stupid double reload. Just reload the rocket. Oh, he's grab lift. Hate getting double reloads when I have the element of surprise. Oh, let's not get shot with that rocket launcher. We lost. But hey, get another season point in just one more, no, 2 more games? I didn't pay enough attention. Let's see here. I think it's time to switch to being a Spartan. In fact, this will probably be my last game, so I think I'm just gonna on picking out the right set here. Go with that. See, I still need to unlock this, and I want to do that, but I have not yet. But ODSTs are my favorite things in all of Halo, so kinda gotta get on that. I missed. Dark purple. Cool. I'll just stick with that for now. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call this this game the last for this stream. It's definitely going to be a short stream, but you know, I've got other things I'm doing. Can't time everything right. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Halo Infinite. There are definitely still some things that I'm not a big fan of, not sure I'm in full support of. For example, the armor coatings system thing. I am still very much opposed to it. I know that I am... Oh, interesting. I'm the only person on my team who got a point there. It's, that doesn't bode well for my chances of victory here. And That was lame. But no, what I was trying to say, and got distracted by, or before I finished, was yeah, the armor coating system is abysmal. And it's not just, I'm not just salty about I'm not just salty about the lack of color selection. I am disappointed with them that they went the least flexible route with that, because I mean there's a lot you can do, and colors aren't like, it's not like you can't make colorable textures. I'm sick of that guy standing in that tunnel and always getting me with the sword, but I have nothing that I can use against him. But no, the it's like now he knows that I actually have like a plan, so now he's gotta change the pattern. There we go, finally. Someone got him, or got one of them. That guy should have pre-nated. Ah. Oh my word. I thought I'd be able to lunge a little faster there. But jumping back to the topic I was talking about, and trying not to be distracted too long here. Basically, they act like in order to have good quality like armor coatings and stuff, like they have to pre-make everything themselves, like that their artists have to make all of the colors and stuff in order for material variants to work. At this point, I'm not expecting any success at all, because my team is absolute trash right now, and I am not enough to carry them, especially if I am generating with nothing but long range and medium range weapons against close range campers. What am I supposed to do? At the best time trading. But the reality of it is that it's not that incredibly difficult to set up an actual like pigmentation sim. That's what I do in games I'm working on, is like materials get pigmented. So if you want to have like colorable materials, just make them so they can be colored. And I get their intentions are entirely like for making them extra. Basically, they want it to be cluttered. They want there to be dozens upon dozens of them. Because that means that they the more they make and the more they're individual and players can't just decide what they are, the better My goodness, stop moving, people. The team is pushing me around, and it's making it very difficult. But, yeah. The purpose is obviously so they can sell them and have them be like the primary cluttering unlock and stuff, where it's like, oh, we don't want to give people like a full piece of armor. We don't want to have to make tons of armor as all of the unlockables, and obviously people didn't get that excited over nameplates with the last 2 games they've released. Nameplates are kind of boring, especially because, you know, well, it's pretty obvious. It's just a nameplate. It doesn't mean much. It just covers their, or like, yeah. And even that is just a replacement of a much better system for customization purposes. Anyway, getting to the point, I have stretched this out quite a bit because I have been getting thrashed, and it's hard to focus when you are trying to talk about something and getting absolutely annihilated by a bunch of people who are not playing in a very fun way. Doing a lot of campy stuff. Camping is not fun to play against. But yeah, basically, hey, we got the victory. I take back what I said about the team being trash. Oh, hey, it was one more. But good, now the game's over, so now I can actually finish my thought without constantly screwing it up. Basically, there's no question as to what their reasoning is for why they went with armor coatings instead of colorable armor. It's a lot easier to come up with a bunch of different patterns of colors and materials than it is to mass produce a bunch of different materials. Like, there's a limit to how many materials a creative mind can come up with, as opposed to color combinations and materials. That said, I still think it would have been better if they went with something more like Anthem. Because Anthem did exactly what I'm talking about. They actually had a bunch of different materials to pick from, and then you'd choose your color for each one of those. And like, it would still do like color regions and stuff, but yeah. And I've seen other games, I don't remember exactly which ones, but I've seen other games that not only did different material selections as well as colors for those materials, but also did patterns where like you would pick the pattern of like what materials went where, and then what materials were in what part of that pattern, and then what colors they were. And so that's a lot of creativity, like cool options that could be done, and that's where I think that mass production could have come in, is basically you make the materials be like the rare unlocks, where it's like most of the time you just kind of have the basic like armor material that Halo usually has. You'd kind of start off with that, maybe cleaner, less scratched, and you'd have colors. You'd have like all of the normal Halo colors that you always could pick from. And what they could do, instead of armor coatings, have it be armor patterns, where the thing they mass produce is a bunch of different patterns. So like camo patterns and like different color regions for like where your secondary and detail appear on your armor. As well as materials, which would be a lot more rare and a lot more like of a big deal when you got a new material. Which, as hard as it may be to imagine or like come up with new materials, there are a lot of different material things that they could come up with. Like, for example, right here with the battle rifle. Here we've got the default material. It's just kind of their generic, like, gunmetal sort of material. But then you switch to Great Journey, and now it's got this kind of iridescent-ish effect, which I get that this is one of the cases where it'd be easy to say, oh, well, with something like this, an iridescent material, like, how do you just color this? It would look weird. It would lose some of that flavor that it's got. And the answer is actually no, it wouldn't, because if you go and make this material and actually just like colorize it basically, then yeah, it would look terrible. It would look way less cool. But if you just shift the hues to be specific like values, then you'd still have that purple and blue and like that kind of effect, but it would match the color that you set it to. And that's what I mean by like setting up like a more pigment focused coloring, where like this is more that it's paint. So like this material would be the painted metal. So instead of just being like the color of metal, what it would be scratched up paint, scuffed up paint that's, you know, got whatever color of paint you want, but behind the scratches and all of that, it still would be the same thing. It's not like you're just splatting color on it. Like, I mean, that's the point of it, but yeah. And that could be another thing, is they could even have like another step up from like normal materials, where it's like a material like this, where instead of adopting your colors, it does its own. So like that's what this could be as well. If they couldn't figure out a way to actually like make it respect colors, then they could actually just make this be like a super rare material that you could get that's literally just the Covenant material. And additionally, they could sell more colors. So like black has not existed except in Halo 5. So if they just do like Halo 3's selection of colors, for example, or Halo Reach as like the default color selection, they can make it so you could unlock black, or, you know, different hues, different values of the different colors that are there. It doesn't have to be just materials and patterns that they sell. So there's actually a lot of versatility that they're actually ignoring and missing out on. But even in spite of that, in spite of all of that, there still is something that they've missed out on. Like, even if they were just going for normal armor coatings, still, like, they're the same armor coating system they're talking about, it's still inferior to its competitor, Destiny. Like, they're innovating Halo, and yet they're still in the shadow of Bungie, even on things that Bungie made that isn't Halo. If you go into Destiny and you get shaders, You know what you can do with those shaders? You can apply it to your weapons and to your vehicles, as well as like your ghost and all that kind of stuff. But this is the problem with Halo Infinite, is armor coatings are for armor and nothing else. And then they've got vehicle coatings, but those are only good for vehicles, and not just for vehicles, just for the specific vehicle that they're for. So instead of doing all of their UVs with consistent like color regions mapped out and having those adopt the material, and then just doing like what Destiny does, having color regions that accept materials, colors, all that jazz, and then overlaying logos on top of it. Like you see over here, how there's like the writing on the side of this Warthog. As we go through, all except for this one and this one, they have it. And like that's, you know, it's kind of cool that this one says Raven because it's Fireteam Raven. But, you know, in Destiny, it wouldn't matter. They all would have this unless they chose not to. Not because they made the textures to include that, but because the material goes underneath that detail. So that detail is placed on top of it. And if they want to, they can make it so the shader goes over top, like this. So it's like, okay, forget the logo. We don't need a logo. Or writing, or whatever. And so, like, the way Halo Infinite does it, not only do they have to make separate armor coatings for every single vehicle that they're including armor coatings for, or vehicle coatings, I should say, they're not the same as the armor coatings. They're not the same between vehicles. But even worse, they are completely disregarding Covenant stuff, or at least in the flight. When you go into like the places where you would apply the armor and the vehicle and weapon coatings, they only list UNSC stuff, even though there are Covenant weapons in the flight, or were, I should say, because the flight's over. Even though there were weapon coatings weapons and weapon coatings and Covenant weapons, all of that stuff was in the flight. There were no traces of ever being able to do weapon coatings on Covenant weapons. The only thing at all that implies that it could possibly be a feature that's being added at some point is just the fact that Covenant weapons, like the plasma pistol, for example, their ammo now works the same way that every weapon does. So you go up to the weapon pad or the dropped plasma pistol, and you've got 68%. You go over another plasma pistol, you just get the ammo. So you're 100% again. You don't have to swap it. It's the only thing that remotely implies that Covenant weapons are going to get any love from their weapon coatings. Which sucks. And again, like I've said, Destiny, they nail the entirety of the coding system perfectly. The materials and things are applied to any object in the game that is compatible with, like, the mechanic altogether. The exotic weapons are the exception. They don't adopt colors or shaders. but everything else in the game is just designed in such a way that it adopts the shaders perfectly. Like, it just does. They don't have to make a unique texture for every single item for the shader to work, as far as I've seen. It doesn't work that way. It's literally just color regions. And yeah. So, like, that's where I stand with this, is I think the armor coatings are a huge flop, or like a huge failure on 343's part, as far as like just thinking things through and making reasonable choices. Because not only have they taken away a major like freedom that players had, but they did it in the most cheap way they could have done it. Because like even Destiny, which has done this long before Infinite began development, like even when Halo 5 was still not released yet, Destiny was doing these shaders and has been doing it better. So that's not an excuse. Not like they didn't have a good example of what it looks like to do that shader thing, but also they're just missing out on, right, XCOM. That's the game that I was thinking of, or one of the games that I was thinking of. XCOM, for example, has a system, XCOM 2 specifically, where you can just have patterns on gear, like camos, like that kind of stuff. You can just apply camos to gear, and that's entirely irrespective of what materials are put on that gear. So it's like, it doesn't matter if it's a shiny piece of gear or or like a matte piece of gear, if it's cloth, if it's metal. That camo system just takes over if they want it to. You know, there are some pieces of gear that they intentionally leave areas unaffected by camos. But those camos affect where the primary and secondary colors go as well. Like, it's not like, the steel here has a camo pattern on it and the purple part doesn't. No, it's more of like, just the whole Spartan would be covered in steel and purple camo patterns. Which, you know, that's XCOM's system. That's a really simple system. It's not like that's where Infinite should have gone, but it's just another example of a very much older game, like way older, that did something that the Infinite developers seem to count as impossible. Seem to have treated as if it's impossible to actually like have dynamically affected like color regions and all that kind of stuff, when really a lot of games do it. It's not that hard to find examples for this. And it's just kind of hilarious in a terrible way that leading into like even now with a completely different game series, Bungie is still doing everything that Infinite is trying to do, that 343 is trying to do with Halo, better, ahead of time. Like, what? But no, really, I think the big missed opportunity is the fact that they could have done color regions as the mass-produced thing, patterns for your armor, instead of coatings, like defining the entirety of what your armor looks like all in one thing, would have made a lot more sense and kept all the player freedom while still giving 343 all of the innovative opportunities that they've been talking about. If they just would have made it so that patterns, materials, and colors were all separate things that they made bulk of, that you could unlock separately and customize separately. It wouldn't be that hard to do, but they act like it is. Trust me, I do game development. I do this kind of stuff. I know if it's hard or not. And in this case, this concept, I've done it. I've done this exact thing. I'll have to stream it sometime. I'll have to show it off. I have made a system that works exactly the way that I'm talking about that they should have done Infinite. It really isn't that hard to do. Customizable patterns that change the color regions. It's just an image with different values, or just layers with different values. Multiple images doesn't really matter that much unless you want more than 3 color regions. But if you want 3 color regions, that's what all you have to do is just have a texture that like goes over the armor, just like what they already would have for their armor coding system. They've already got a texture that defines all the color regions and all of the pattern and stuff. Just make it so that those color regions are red, green, and blue. Just maximum red, maximum green, and maximum blue, like this. Just do this with the texture, preferably more vibrant. That would act all on its own. That's all you need as a texture that would define the color regions. So everything that is red gets this material applied and this color. Everything that's green gets a different material and different color. Everything that's blue gets a different material and different color. And I mean, there's even stuff you could do that you can vary it up a little bit with, like, say, if you want colorable cloth, like if you want the tech suit to not end up taking like a gold, let's say you've got like a shiny metal material in the areas where we've got red on the tech suit and on the Spartan. So it's a super shiny Spartan, and you have to worry about this tech suit. Well, that's the beauty of it, is just make that a separate material that knows that it is cloth or rubber or whatever this material is supposed to be. Just actually have the actual materials be separate. So this is not metal. The tech suit here is not metal. So it wouldn't adopt the material part of the system. It would adopt the color because you told it to, but it would be exempt from material influence, so then it just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't take it. As opposed to the armor, which would take the material. It's not that hard. That's literally all you need, is a texture like this. Or that does this red, green, blue thing. And just use each channel as a mask that defines it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's super, super easy. And you just change the pattern of that texture. Sadly, 343 seems to think that it's some stupidly complex process and they can't invest their effort into that. Instead, they have to invest their artists' effort into making several quintillion different combinations of colors and material patterns all on their own to satisfy everyone, as well as come up with their own like visual ideas with those, which surprisingly enough, get this, it is harder for a small group of people to come up with thousands of color combinations that look good than it is for millions of people to come up with one each. Basically, that's the issue. That's what happens with Destiny, and that's what happens with, or will happen with, Halo Infinite. Is surprisingly enough, there's not infinite potential when you dedicate all of that customization freedom to a small team. Even if the team is 1,000 people, that's still a small team compared to the entire Halo community. The Halo community, doesn't matter how 343 does it, will always have come up with more patterns, more color schemes, more different unique ideas than any team 343 puts together will ever be able to do. And that's the issue. That's the big problem that 343 has with their whole idea, is they are taking multiple customization options that could genuinely give infinite ranges of possibility, infinite combination options. Not literally, but it would be so close to that. But they don't. Instead, they cram all these different elements of customization into one package that they also divide, so you can't actually use the same thing, same pattern on your weapons and gear, or like vehicles and stuff. They made a significant more amount of work for them that they have to do for a significantly lower amount of player expression and general like visual range that their game will have. There are going to be a lot of people who look a lot more alike in Infinite, just based on their materials. Now they've got their different armor cores that will affect some stuff, but it's just it's as a game developer myself, it is embarrassing. That is the best way to put it. Literally, the game is called Halo Infinite, and they introduced the weakest customization as far as color and materials go out of any of the games, when they could have taken the same concept and just opened it up a little bit more, rather than putting it on their team to come up with every combination they can think of that looks like that passes their process, which I can guarantee is a slow process. I can guarantee they have to, every combination of colors and patterns that they come up with, they have to submit to people who will be super critical and be like, I don't like this. Change one of the colors, find a different color. Or, no, this doesn't look quite right. Let's change the pattern. Keep the colors, but change the pattern. Or, no, it's cool, it looks good, but I feel like it needs to be shinier in some areas. Can you make it shinier in some, like something like that is probably what they have to go through for every single coating. And then they have to do that again for every vehicle and every weapon coating that they're adding. And it would appear that they're completely forgoing the Covenant weapons, partially because of that, most likely. Because they have to come up with Covenant, like stuff that fits the Covenant, and the Banished, but they wouldn't have to. If they give more of that freedom to players, that would make this Halo Infinite praised as the ultimate Halo game for customization. But now their unwillingness to let people make emblems or like customize their colors for their emblems and their Spartans now is just, it's shameful. It's very shameful. Especially ironic. I'm going back to the irony here. Just especially ironic that they would make the same mistake they've been making this entire time of remaining in Bungie's shadow, even as they are like trying to kind of kick off from, like, they're respecting more of Halo, but doing something that Destiny did, that Bungie did with Destiny, while also once again ignoring Bungie's intelligence with it. So, like, even if they didn't innovate as much as and give as much freedom as I am saying they should have done, they still didn't do half a decent job. Like, they didn't do half as well as Bungie still did. And it's just, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think that's probably what one of my next streams areas gonna be. Like, I might stream with my brother at some point between now and then, but I think that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna make a project in Unreal Engine that will demonstrate this exact concept of what coatings should do, and basically just demonstrate that, like, why it's so easy and why it's stupid that they haven't done it, that they're being so stingy about player freedom, player customization, player expression, when, like, they claim it's to expand the range, but it's not. It's limiting it. Expansion would be giving all of that variance that they've added with armor coatings without restricting players from arranging it. Anyway, I think I've ranted for like a half hour. I tend to do that. Where I just rant about things for way too long. I'm working on getting better about that. So I'm just gonna end this now. Halo is definitely fun. I'm definitely still looking forward to Infinite, in spite of all of the ranting I've done about their coding system. I may hate their coding system, but I am still excited to see what is there. I'm excited for Halo Infinite's fracture events far more than the fracture events for MCC. Those are the next armor, it looks cool. I do like some of it, but it's pretty obvious to me, at least, that the fracture events will be a lot better in Halo Infinite because of the fact that they've got the whole armor core system that will genuinely make it all look better and just come together better. Also, it seems like 343, they're not really willing to dedicate very much effort into making Bungie style gear for MCC. I don't know why they've got such a problem with that, but I don't know, I guess they have no one on their team, or not enough people on their team who actually know how to copy Bungie's style, even slightly. And so they just can't seem to make armor that really fits, but I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to this December, though, because Infinite's going to be pretty cool. In spite of its flaws, it's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, that'll be the end of this stream. Who knows when I'll make another one. I have been pretty inconsistent, and I am getting a new job shortly here, so we'll see how that affects, like if that prevents me from making a consistent pattern for streaming or what. I'm definitely going to keep trying. I might even start streaming Minecraft once the new update comes around. I haven't really played any of 1.17, primarily because I have just been waiting for 1.18. Sorry about that. Yeah, because the Caves and Cliffs update, I want to play it when it's complete. I don't really feel like getting that halfway version. And I stumbled upon a video by Dallas Med 65, if you want to check him out. He made a video about how to enjoy Minecraft more. It's a really good video. I recommend if you play Minecraft or used to play Minecraft and you kind of got bored of it. I recommend checking it out. One of his suggestions was to record it, and I thought, hey, maybe that's something I should do, but I would live stream. I've got some of my own unique ideas as well, but I think having like the full Caves and Cliffs update would be a good starting point for a world that I could actually like keep going for a while. Cause like if I just start now, the world gen's gonna change, and that would screw up any worlds that I tried to keep going. But if I want to have a world that I just keep playing over multiple years, I kind of want that to start with the new world gen, because I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, probably going to, once that update drops, I'm gonna make a regular habit of streaming that just whenever I want to play. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Next stream plan will be to make a project specifically for demoing the example that I have for like how Infinite's system should work for coatings. Probably going to stream before I actually get to that one, if my brother ends up being like interested in doing a stream together. If we do, I don't know what that would be. Could be Minecraft, could be New World, could be yeah, could be anything. I don't know. But yeah, I have carried this on way too long, so I'm going to stop it now before my voice just completely dies today. Alright, thanks for tuning in.